Okay, so now that we've completed our increased rounds, we're going to make our bag taller. We have a total of 40 stitches all the way around, and we've increased it 5 rounds. You can see the rounds easily if you just count the rings. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now what we're going to do is we're not going to increase anymore. We're just going to go all the way around, and we're going to do 10 rounds of single crochet in each one. I'm going to use a stitch marker to mark my round after I finish the first stitch. I'm going to continue to go into the back loop on each one so that I can have a nice ridge pattern. Okay, so here we go. Now that I've completed that one, I'm going to take my yarn and I'm just going to go into that stitch and pull the yarn through. That way I know when I've done a round. I will do 10 rounds of single crochet in each one around. I will come back when I've completed. We'll do the first round and then we'll come back. This is a good way to practice single crochet stitch and to have a fast project. And as you see, we're coming around to the point where I placed my marker. So we're just about completing this round. Okay, so this next stitch is the last stitch for this round. Okay, and this was the first stitch. So now if you can see here, if we place it down, you have just a little bit of it, a lip there, so that our bag will now start to grow up as opposed to continuing to grow out. Okay, so I'm going to continue and I'm going to do 9 more rounds so that my bag will increase in height, and then I'll come back. Okay, here I am almost at the end of the 15th round. I'll do the last few stitches so that you can see them. Okay, so this was the beginning of the 15th round. That was the last stitch. I'm going to remove my stitch marker. Now, we've been going around in a spiral. We've done a total of 15 rounds. This is where we did our increase. We increased from rounds 1 through 5, and then we did the same number of stitches, which was 40 around for each round, a total of 10 rounds to make our bag taller. The next thing we're going to do is now we're going to connect this, And to make sure that it's sturdy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into both of the loops rather than the back loop only. So I'm going to go under this loop and this other loop, and now you can see I've gone under two. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through and I'm going to do a slip stitch. So that makes it look nice and even, and it brings the stitch together. So now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a double crochet stitch in every other, and I'm going to chain in between. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That brings me up to the height of my double crochet. And the 3 chains will be the beginning of my double crochet. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip this next stitch here, and I'm going to go into this one here. Okay? So I'm going to yarn over, skip this one, go into this one, under both chains, yarn over and pull through. I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'll go into not this one but the next one. Yarn over, go in, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 and 2. Chain. I'll go on to the next one. I'm going to do this a total of 10 times. No, 20 times to get all the way around. Okay? So I'll skip this one, go into this one. Skip this one, go into this one. Skip this one, go into this one. And then just continue this all the way around. I'm skipping every other stitch. I make a chain to move over to that stitch, and I put a double crochet. I'm almost to the end of this round. When I get to the end, I'm going to count 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to insert my hook in this chain here, yarn over, and pull through. So that gives me a nice edge on my bag. Okay? So from here, what I'm going to do is simply yarn over and pull through. That will give me a knot there. I will take my yarn and I will just cut this and I will pull it through. Using my yarn needle, I will simply thread the yarn through the eye of the needle and I will simply tunnel my stitches. You can weave them in to get them to a point where you can bury them underneath. And then you simply go under your stitches to bury the yarn. Sometimes it's tight, but just have patience and do your best to work through. And just continue to find the base of the stitches and tunnel using your needle. Tunnel your stitches. You really just need enough yarn tunneled so that your stitches will not come loose. So I don't necessarily do it straight across because I want to make it difficult to pull the yarn through. If it's easy to come through, then sometimes if you launder your work, it may shrink and may come loose. And so I think it's best to just tunnel it through a few stitches, not necessarily in the same row, but that'll make it a little bit harder for it to come loose. Okay, so I think I'm just going to end it here, and then I will clip the remaining excess if there is any. Okay, and I will clip it here. And there's your bag. Okay. The next thing we want to do is just create a chain stitch for a strap. So we're going to make another slip knot, pull it through, and you're just going to chain, make 2 chains so that you can work it through and weave it through the ends of your bag, as so. So once you have your chains, you're going to take them and you're going to weave them in and out of your bag. You'll make 2 chains, weaving them in and out, going in a clockwise direction and a counterclockwise direction. When you're done with that, you will have a bag that will look like this. Put a knot in either of your ends, as so, and then you should be able to then cinch your bag so that it will hold the contents. That completes our project for today. If you have any questions, please send me an email and I will do what I can to answer them. I hope you enjoy your bag. They can be used for a lot of things. I typically have used them actually to give to the kindergartners, and I will include with them a play money set so that they can use it to learn how to count. But you can find other purposes for them, as these bags are very nice. They make very nice gifts and nice to hold your change or hold your jewelry. Thanks very much. Have a good day.